What if the real crack in the Kardashian empire didn't come from a business deal, but from a single word? No? Rumors are swirling that things inside the Jenner household exploded after Kendall allegedly refused to help cover a reported $10 million bail tied to Corey Gamble. And while none of this has been officially confirmed, the internet has already turned it into one of the messiest family sagas we've seen in years. It supposedly started with whispers. Reports claiming Corey had landed in serious legal trouble. A staggering bail number attached to his name. And then, according to insiders, the moment everyone expected Kendall to step in, she didn't. That one decision lit a fuse. Because in this family, loyalty isn't just emotional. It's strategic, it's financial, it's legacy. Kendall's refusal, if the rumors are accurate, wasn't just about money. It was about boundaries. Friends close to her have hinted that she didn't want to tie herself to something that could spiral into a long-term mess. Especially not one that might stain her modeling contracts or brand partnerships. For someone who has spent years carving out an identity slightly separate from the Kardashian chaos, this was a calculated move. But insiders claim Kris Jenner didn't see it that way at all. To her, it allegedly felt like betrayal. Not just toward Corey, but toward the entire structure she built. Kris has always been fiercely protective of the family name. For decades, she's controlled narratives, shielded scandals, and transformed crises into opportunity. So when reports surfaced that Kendall wouldn't step up, tension reportedly exploded behind closed doors. Then came the part that truly sent social media into overdrive. Some sources claim that during a heated family meeting, voices rose. Accusations flew. Old resentment resurfaced. And in the middle of that chaos, there were whispers that things got physical. That Kris allegedly slapped Kendall in a burst of anger. Again, this is speculation circulating online, not confirmed fact. But that didn't stop fans from dissecting every detail. If something like that did happen, it would mark a massive turning point in their relationship. Because Kendall has always been seen as the quieter one, the more private sister, the one who occasionally pushes back but doesn't fuel drama. Seeing her at the center of something this intense feels different. And what makes it more complicated is Corey's long history with Kris. Even after their relationship reportedly cooled off publicly, he's remained a presence in her orbit. For years, fans debated how deep that bond really ran. Was he just a companion, a stabilizing figure, or something more emotionally rooted? Now, some online are questioning whether Kris's explosive reaction hints at unresolved feelings. Was this about protecting the brand, or protecting someone she still deeply cares about? Meanwhile, the sisters are rumored to be split. Kim, according to insiders, has stepped into mediator mode, trying to keep things from fracturing beyond repair. She understands how fast a rumor can snowball into a brand crisis, and if there's one thing Kim knows, it's damage control. Sources say she's been urging calm, encouraging Kendall to think long-term, while also reminding Kris that pushing too hard could permanently damage their bond. Khloe, on the other hand, is said to be firmly in Kris's corner. She's reportedly concerned that Kendall's continued involvement, or even the perception of it, could hurt the family image. And Khloe has never been shy about speaking bluntly when she feels someone is risking the empire. Even Kylie, who usually stays out of the crossfire, is rumored to be quietly backing Kendall, believing that no one should be pressured into fixing a situation they didn't create. So now the house is divided, and that division feels different from past drama. This isn't about fashion choices or sibling rivalry. This is about loyalty under pressure. As for Corey, reports claim he's feeling blindsided. Some sources say he believed Kendall would always stand by him, that their bond was solid, and if he truly expected her support, her refusal might have hit harder than anyone anticipated. There are even claims that he's tried reconnecting with Kris, hoping she could sway Kendall's stance. Whether that's true or not, it adds another layer to the narrative, because if Kris is still emotionally tied to Corey, the tension becomes even more complicated. Behind the scenes, Kris is reportedly doing what she does best, calling advisors, speaking to legal teams, and trying to get ahead of the story before it spirals out of control. For someone who built an empire on narrative control, this situation might feel dangerously unpredictable. And Kendall? She's allegedly pulled back. Fewer public appearances, more time away from Los Angeles. Friends say she's leaning on a tight inner circle, trying to process everything privately. There are even rumors she's journaling daily, reflecting on her place in the family and questioning how much of herself she's willing to sacrifice for unity. Social media has turned into a battlefield. Some fans are praising Kendall for finally drawing a line, saying she's protecting her peace and refusing to clean up someone else's situation. Others argue that family loyalty should come first, especially when reputations are on the line. And then there's the darker speculation. A few insiders have hinted that what happened during that alleged confrontation might have been worse than reported. Emotional scars that won't fade overnight. Tension that won't simply disappear with a PR statement. Adding fuel to the fire, there are whispers that a streaming network has expressed interest in capturing a reconciliation moment on camera. A private sit-down, raw emotions, a televised healing arc. If that's true, it raises a chilling question. Is this genuine family chaos? Or another chapter waiting to be packaged into ratings? Because the Kardashian-Jenner machine has always had a way of transforming crisis into content. Every tear, every argument, every fractured relationship somehow becomes part of the storyline. But this feels heavier. If Kendall stands firm, it signals a shift. A daughter stepping out from under the matriarch's shadow. If Kris pushes harder, it could widen the gap permanently. And the world is watching every move. So now it comes down to this. Was Kendall right to protect herself from potential fallout? Or did Kris simply snap under the pressure of holding together an empire that's always one rumor away from cracking? Either way, something inside that mansion reportedly changed. And whether this turns into reconciliation or a deeper fracture, one thing is certain. When loyalty, power, and image collide inside the Kardashian universe, the drama doesn't fade quietly, it evolves.